Everybody, hope you're all well. Today's video is going to be a review on the relatively new Anastasia Beverly Hills Soft Glam palette. I do have this palette for a good week now, I want to say, and I have been playing with this palette, I have been experimenting with it. Today I created a cool toned pink look by using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Soft Glam palette, and I have to say there are so many things I want to share with you guys. I have made a few notes here on my notebook that I would like to share with you all, so if you're interested in watching that, then please keep on watching. First of all, let's talk about this palette itself, and let's start by saying that this palette retails for £43 here in the UK, and I bought mine from Cult Beauty. This palette consists of 14 beautiful shadows, 9 of which are matte and the rest of them are shimmers, and it comes with the standard Anastasia Beverly Hills double-ended brush. Now, I do want to say that this is the first ever palette that I own from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I do want to say that it's much more neutral, much more softer, hence the name Soft Glam, than the previous palette that Anastasia brought out a couple of years ago, which was the Modern Renaissance. However, I have heard, even though I explained before that I do not own the Modern Renaissance palette, that there are 3 repeats in this palette. So if you own the Anastasia Beverly Hills Renaissance palette, then 3 shadows will be repeats in this palette as well. And these colors are the first one, the very light beigey one that I use as an all over the lid shade, which is the Tempera, the Orange Soda, that is a very warm tone orangey crease shade, and the Cypress Amber, which is this dark brown right here, which is more of a cool tone, I want to say, dark brown. So bear in mind, if you own Anastasia's previous palette, that these 3 colors are going to be a repeat in this palette also. As I said earlier, this is a more neutral, more everyday kind of soft palette that you can use every day to create so many different looks. And I do like the fact that it contains a black, which, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm under the impression that her previous palette did not contain a black in it. So yeah, there's so many different eye looks that you can create with this. Since this is my very first palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills, I do want to comment on her formula. Now, I have heard a lot of people on YouTube saying that this is the exact same formula as her previous palettes, but for me, that I am a first-time user of her shadows, I have to say these are some of the softest shadows I've ever touched. Therefore, there is a lot of kick out. So even if you go in with the softest brush and you just slightly touch them, there will be some fallout. But having said that, when you apply them in the eye, there is no fallout whatsoever. So I thought that is quite interesting. All the shimmery shadows are highly pigmented, and the same rule applies for the mattes. I have to say today that I was trying to mix the Cypress Amber into the Dusty Rose. I do want to say that this particular shade needed quite a bit of blending in comparison to the other mattes that I've used so far from the palette, but it did blend beautifully in the end. I just needed like an extra minute or so of blending in order for these two to incorporate into a seamless shade. And yeah, honestly, I'm really impressed by the quality of these shadows. I'm looking forward to using this palette more. I have created already a couple of looks, but the combinations are endless, and yes, I really want to continue using it and playing with it. But so far, I would say the only color, the only shade that took just a tiny bit more time to blend was the Cypress Amber, which is actually a repeat from Anastasia's previous palette. Now I am going to start swatching all these shades right here. I'm going to start from the top row, and then I'm going to swatch the bottom row for you guys. Okay, now that we've swatched all 14 colors from the Anastasia Beverly Hills Soft palette, I do want to share my final thoughts with it. For me, this is an extremely interesting and at the same time wearable palette. I do like the formulation a lot and it's different from any other eyeshadow palette that I own so far. The shadows, as I've said, are extremely buttery, so you have to go in very light-handed. However, as I said before, there is no fallout when you apply them on the lid. I am really impressed by her shimmery and glitter shadows, but at the same time her mattes are impeccable. So would I recommend this palette? Definitely. I would not hesitate for 1 minute to recommend this palette. It's not the cheapest of palettes out there, but it definitely worth the money just because of the formula of the shadows. So that is everything from me, you guys. I really hope you like the Soft Glam palette review. If you like this video, as always, don't forget to give it a good old thumbs up and don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below. That is everything from me. I'm gonna see you all very soon with another video. Bye, you guys.